Hi, I'm Rachel from Parenting Central, and this is the Ergobaby Omni Breeze. It is the upgraded version of the Ergobaby 360. I would say right now that the Ergobaby 360 is the market-leading baby carrier in Australia, and the Omni 360 is an upgraded version of that incredibly popular carrier. So the key differences with the Omni Breeze compared to the Omni 360 is it is a lighter weight, more breathable carrier. So when I say lighter weight, it physically weighs less, and it also has much more breathability than even the Cool Air Mesh version of the Omni 360, making it ideal for summer, for active parents, warmer babies, and also just to keep you cool year round. Also keeping in mind, you can always add layers on in the cooler months. It's also softer. I really prefer the feel of this fabric when you're comparing it to the Cool Mesh, and it is a softer material as well in that it is squishier. So it makes it easier for you to get a perfect fit for your newborn baby. They've also made a little bit of a change in the shape of the panel here. It just feels like it goes in a little bit tighter and snugger for the newborn sized baby, while still being able to expand out to be comfortable for your bigger bubba as well. The other key difference is they have just made this panel look a little bit more streamlined. They've tucked the forward-facing sliders into the back here. It just makes it look a little bit more modern and a little bit more streamlined. The Omni Breeze also has all of the features that we know and love about the Ergobaby Omni 360, meaning that it is suitable for newborns. It has a weight capacity of 20 kilos, and it offers all 4 carry positions. That's inward facing, like I'm doing with this newborn sized doll, forward facing for a little bit later on, and then also hip and a back carry as well. And being an Ergobaby carrier, of course, we expect it to be comfortable, easy to use, and ergonomically designed. Okay, so now that I've taken it off, I can show you a little bit more about the overall structure. As you can see, it is a very familiar shape. It is a standard soft structured carrier style, which means it is very, very easy to use, and I will show you how to put this on. So I'll just talk to you a little bit about how we adjust the carrier from newborn to our bigger baby. So you can see right here I have those 2 tabs on the center position. So that's where you're going to start for your newborn baby. And you can see how well this fabric folds in really neatly at the front here. So that is another really sweet little upgrade from the Omni 360. I think that they've done a really good job upgrading this panel for making it easier to fit for a newborn. And then as Bubba gets bigger, you're just going to reposition those tabs, and as you can see, it makes it a little bit bigger each time on its widest setting. This is where you can reasonably expect it to accommodate, I would say, a 2-year-old, possibly older, especially if you're utilizing the back carry position. Another very little feature that I'm really, really liking about the Omni Breeze is they've changed the shape of that buckle. I'm not sure how well this is showing up in the camera right now, but you can see how it cinches in here, making that buckle just a little bit easier to release. If you are wanting to release it when it's up over your back, I find that a lot easier to find and release from behind your head. So tiny little detail, but I think that's really, really well thought through compared to the just a normal buckle on the Omni 360. Sweet little upgrade there. And then also these buckles here have a press release button here. So instead of a sort of a 3-pronged design that you have on the Omni 360, I'll show you again on this one here. So you can see little button there. So push and squeeze. A little bit easier to do and a little bit more, I don't know, tired parent proof. Also, on this buckle, interestingly, I'm guessing that this buckle here is a little bit more secure than a regular buckle based on the fact that there is no longer a safety strap there. Very, very interesting and a good little upgrade as well. I do find a lot of parents, if they are undoing this buckle, to do the crossover straps at the back on something like the Omni 360. You do often find that people miss this extra safety strap here. They don't do it up. And so it's really good that they've redesigned this buckle to eliminate the need for that safety strap. Again, new parent proof or tired parent proof, anything to make anything that makes you using your carrier easier. I love to see that. Okay, so now I'm going to put it on. So with this style of carrier, I always start with the waistband on my back, just so I can see what I'm doing with the buckles at the front. So I'm going to take this buckle here through the safety loop on the waist strap, take the strap all the way over, and then buckle it up. You can see this beautiful lumbar support, so you want to swing that around, make sure that's in the middle of your back. You can center it by adjusting these straps here and just make sure they're about the same length, and then you'll know that you've got it nicely centered into the middle of your back. I always make sure, particularly with this style of carrier, just make sure that your shoulder strap is already done up. And I find that for most people around the center, you can adjust these up and down. You can see how those slides up and down. I find for most people, the very, very center is the best. If you're very, very petite, you might find it a little bit better at the top. And if you've got very, very broad rolling shoulders, you might feel a little bit more comfortable lower down. But I find the middle works well for most people. The other thing I'm going to do is just loosen off these straps. The looser these straps are, the easier it is to put on, or the less flexible you're going to have to be. And now I can pick up my baby. So I'm going to pick up my baby and I'm going to pop them up onto my shoulder for a cuddle. I'm going to get nice and calm and centered before we continue. So if you are using a baby carrier for the first time, make sure you take a deep breath, cuddle your baby, and then move on to the next step. So I'm going to lower Bubba down so that they're sitting with their butt on the top of that waistband. If I've positioned the waistband correctly, my baby's head should be close enough to kiss at this point. If they're a little bit high, you can lower them down. If Bubba's down way too low, we can lift up that panel, just making sure that Bubba's head is close enough to kiss. It's a very important safety step on any baby carrier that you're using. So with one hand on Bubba firmly supporting them, you're going to lift up that panel. Now I can take this hand out because this hand is supporting baby. I'm just going to grab hold of that buckle, pop that over my head and pop my arms in. So to tighten, I'm going to pull from the sides here so the buckle's right in front of you, nice and easy to find. You're going to tighten it a bit there. We're going to tighten it on the other side. Find really important step with the Ergobaby carriers now is you're going to pull down here. You can see how that makes really nice contact with my shoulder. So I'm going to leave that loose. Got plenty of room up here and I can't really tighten it enough. What I'm going to do is just pull down nice and firmly, get all that extra slack, and then tighten it. And you can see how that's making really nice contact with my shoulder now. So same on the other side, just make sure I pulled it around and tighten. And that's how we're going to make sure that we've got nice contact on our shoulders and Bubba's brought nice and close into our body here. So just a few last minute checks. Always make sure that Bubba's in a nice healthy seated position. They should have a nice little M seat. That's actually another little upgrade with the Omni Breeze, is it does have a little bit of a deeper seat. So you do get a bit more of that nice healthy M seated position when you're inward facing and also when you're outward facing. I would say that the Omni 360 and now the Omni Breeze are my favorite baby carriers for forward facing because of the way that they do support Bubba's knees in that M positioning even when they're forward facing, something that not many carriers achieve. So lastly, I've noticed that the baby's arms are all over the place. You don't have to worry about that so much for a real baby, just my doll's arms are a little bit weird. So people ask me all the time where to put baby's arms in baby carriers, and you've got two options for a newborn. Basically, it's totally fine if your newborn baby has their hands up near their face. That's normal and fine, and they will just sort themselves out. The other armhole is your armhole. This is universally true for, I would say, almost every baby carrier. Your armhole is their armhole. We also just want to make sure that Bubba's head is also nice and supported with the Ergobaby Omni Breeze. Nearly said 360, but it's actually true for both carriers. You do have this extra head cushioning. It's currently buckled in. I'll just show you what it looks like. So you've got this extra head cushion. So for the first few weeks or couple of months, while your Bubba needs that extra head and neck support, this cushion goes inside and then just clamps onto the outside. When Bubba doesn't need it anymore, you can just pop it and buckle it there. Otherwise, when they're forward facing, you definitely want to have that button down. And as Bubba gets taller, you can position it up. It is really, really important though that we're not putting it up this high for a new baby. We want to actually be able to see Bubba's face and make sure that they've got nice, clear airflow to their face. So in conclusion, I wouldn't be surprised if the Omni Breeze is going to be replacing the Omni 360. I don't know that for sure, but I just don't see why you would be selling them side by side when they do the same thing, they work the same way, they are essentially the same carrier. It's just that the Omni Breeze is clearly the superior of the two of them with all of its lovely and thoughtful little upgrades. So it's going to be a little bit of a watch this space, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Omni Breeze is going to be replacing at least the Cool Air Mesh version of the Omni 360. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions about the Ergobaby Omni Breeze or any other baby carrier, please let me know. You can also check out our other baby carrier reviews. They will be up here on the screen. Otherwise, please let me know if there are any other products you would like to see me review. Have a wonderful day and take care.